Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Ceice here, and today I'm bringing you guys a brand new video. In this video, I'm going to be explaining on how you should warm up in Fortnite. If you don't have a daily routine or you're not really sure what you should be doing to warm up properly, this is going to be the perfect video for you. So if you guys do enjoy the video, please be sure to drop a like. It really helps out the channel. And if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. As you guys can tell, I'm still in a scuffed setup, so that'll be good for now. But yeah, all right, enjoy. There's going to be a map code in the description. I'm gonna drop a couple codes actually in the description that'll link to the maps that I'm talking about. But the main one is going to be my newly released Warmup Map.
Blacked out how the other night last. Maybe come around for a minute. Should I like that? I could never catch, taking aim. Might have missed you. Couple 100 miles out. If I hear the text,
Right as soon as you hop into this map, you'll be pointed to the readme wall. Basically, all it says is grab a gun from the weapons wall over here, and then go do whatever scenario you prefer. This map is best working with one person. It most commonly only works with one person. It's gonna bug out if not. So if you are trying to play this map, make sure you are alone. But yeah, so go ahead and head to the gun wall and grab whatever rifle you want. Some preferences that I would suggest would be not to grab things that aren't necessarily in the game. So like, don't grab the deagle. And also grab things that are proper for aim training. So I'll lay out a couple guns here that I would suggest grabbing. It also kind of depends on the meta, so things change. That's why there's so many items here. But for the most part, for assault rifles, these are the ones that I would suggest you to grab. You've got the blue AR, the gold burst, the tactical AR, and the regular SCAR. So these are all good. Obviously the AUG isn't in the game anymore, so if it does come back, then it's there. And I would definitely suggest doing your warm up with the AUG, because it's a really good gun to get good at. All right, so we've got all of the tracking scenarios here. These are going to be the best ones to help you improve, like I said, all of your tracking in your AR aim at distances and up close. We've got one that will help you a little bit with Storm Surge, and I'll touch on that in a little bit. And then these two are for Shoddy and SMG aim, as it kind of says here. So good for flicking, practicing your shotgun aim, and being more consistent across that, because that's a very important aspect of the game. And these two are kind of a little bit of the mix of both. They're very good for mostly tracking, but you can also use a shotgun on it, and I'll show you how. That's for the aim courses. And then over here you've got the mechanical courses. So like I said, it's everything in one map, right? You come over here, you've got all your aim courses that you know are going to be guaranteed to help you improve the quickest, and then you've got all of your mechanical courses, so your edit course, your free build area, and your piece control, all here in one world to help you warm up. So essentially, as you can tell, it's an all-in-one mechanical aim course map built for warming up in the most efficient way possible. So this is what I do on a daily basis every single day before I get on. I net out about an hour to warm up at least, and by the time I'm done with this, I feel completely warm. My aim feels on, and I feel ready to start the day, and I feel like I'm doing it in the right way. So just by shooting this red dot, it'll teleport you to Ceice's routine, and it just lists out basically all that you're gonna do. Like I said, it's about an hour, give or take. All you have to do is just click the start button. I'll go through and basically it takes you here, and it just starts the whole routine. It lasts like I said, it lasts about an hour. But that's not what I want to show you guys. What I want to show you guys is each individual map and what it does. So we'll go ahead and hop right into that. So now I'm gonna go ahead and explain and show what each of these aim courses does. We're gonna start with the tracking, but basically in each one of these, as you can see here, it allows you to just pick and customize whatever you want to do. So if you want to do medium and you want to play free play and time trial, then yeah, you just pick whatever you want. It gives you the freedom to do whatever routine that you want to do. So yeah, as you can see, you can pick your range, close, medium, far, and then it's just tracking from here. So the zombie goes up, goes back down. Pretty simple, right? So that's vertical tracking, pretty basic. Moving on to horizontal tracking, so just goes up and around. Pretty basic aim stuff. But what I really want to show here is bounce. So bounce actually includes a pretty cool option, which is first person and third person, which is unlike any other map. If you want to pick 180 third person, then it'll teleport you here in third person. And as you can see, the options are customizable. If you play my routine, you'll see which ones I prefer, but I'll just go ahead and explain it really quickly here. Basically, in my opinion, the best way to warm up on bounce, and I think bounce is the one that a lot of really talented Fortnite aimers use to warm up on. It's literally like the most dynamic one. But yeah, it's pretty basic. You pick your range, you pick what FOV you want, or what perspective that you want, and that's bounce. Very good aim routine to do on a daily basis. On to popcorn, obviously very simple. You've got your ranges, and then we'll do time trial just to show it off. So as you can see, we've got a minute, and then it's just simple tracking. The thing about popcorn that I want to mention is you want to try and not track it on its peak, because as you can see, it kind of like halts at a certain height, and it makes it super easy to track. So you want to try to catch it on its like way down or on its way up, but like the freest kills are going to be on this on the peak. So try not to do that. And then also a really good thing about this is that's unlike obviously horizontal and vertical is your target switching. So that's the biggest thing that I take from this. As you can see, it's just like vertical tracking, right? It's just got different ranges. It's very similar, but the target switching is the important thing. So if you track it here and then switch to this target and stay on target the whole time, like that's where this map comes into use. The target switching, keeping that accuracy. Yeah, that's popcorn in a nutshell. So moving on to the shotgun aim and kind of the storm surge one, which I'll explain. If I didn't mention this already, when you play my routine, it automatically gives you guns based off of what I prefer. So when you play the tracking ones, you're going to get a Scar. When you play this, you'll get the legendary attack. When you play this, you'll get a Spaz and an SMG, just like what I would prefer in my own routine. And when I add other players' routines, it'll be the same way. So yeah, onto this, I'm going to go ahead and grab myself a gold tack, because that is what I prefer. So this one is my personal favorite routine to do every single day. We're going to go ahead and do third person and free play. So it just puts you right here. You actually shouldn't be able to move, but try to sit still and then basically flick on the target and then aim back on the red dot. So there is a way for us to lock you on this target, but the whole point of this is to flick and then lock back on the center target. So kill a zombie, you flick. My aim is definitely not as peak as it should be, but you get the point, right? I start off by kind of making my aim less flicky because I want to be more consistent, and then I end it on like some crazy flicks. I try to shoot it as fast as possible, stuff like that. So I would recommend playing that one and kind of spending a couple minutes just taking it slow and making sure that you can hit the targets and learning the map a little bit, and then when you're ready and you feel like you've got enough learned, then go for the flick shots. The next one is shotgun SMG swap. Let me go ahead and grab my guns of choice. So it would be a Spaz and a SMG. Basically, it's just two zombies chasing you around, and you have a speed boost on, as well as these cones to kind of change some elevation and make it so the target's a little harder to hit. As you can see, if the zombies are chasing me while I'm running, it's kind of useless, but if you run backwards, you're still slightly faster than them, and so the play is to just spray them, because obviously, as you can see, when you shoot them, they kind of slow down a little bit and do that. So you can run faster than them if you're running backwards. I definitely would suggest playing this one quite a bit. Probably longer than the other routines, just because this one is more realistic. It has like actual targets to aim on. Alright, so next up, we've got the 2 Tile Frenzies. These ones are super simple, but basically the 360 one, I'm not going to show this one because it's pretty basic. It's 360 Tile Frenzy, so you got a room surrounding you, and you've got all the Tile Frenzies, or all the little dots to hit. But this one is what I would prefer for Storm Surge practice. So you pick the far option, and then you just tap away. I think everyone has seen this routine and understands what it is. You could also do hipfire, but it's kind of hard with the bloom. We are going to be adding a more specialized Storm Surge routine on this map, but for now, Tile Frenzy is probably one of the best ways to practice it. Also, on the topic of constantly updating it and fixing the bugs, if you guys do have any bugs, this button right here, you just hold it down for a couple seconds. It'll just quickly reset the world. So if you encounter anything that's weird, that is the easiest way to do it. So Skeet Frenzy Raindrop, I'll quickly show these, but so you just pick the zombie HP, free play, and boom, you're here. The zombies come out, and you just try to track them. So it's another dynamic tracking scenario, but the thing is the zombies are a little difficult to hit from up close. So I would suggest standing further back, because it's a little bit easier to track. But this one I would say is best for gliding practice. And even though there's not much gliding in this current season, it's definitely going to come back, right? Off-spawn gliders are still a thing. Launch pads will probably make their return in the future seasons. But for now, in this current season, at this time of recording the video, there is a decent amount of gliding in the game. So this is a great way to practice your sky glide tags, or getting tags out of the sky and all that good stuff. So, and then on to raindrop, the last scenario. So this one is kind of difficult if you're not used to it. So once you get used to it, it gets simple. But as you can see, it just helps keep your mouse in better control. It's great for mouse control and, like I said, yeah, dragging down and doing quick and swift movements, especially when it gets close like that. So as you can see, even on 200 HP, it's fairly easy to kill. All right, so that's it for the aim courses. So next, we're going to move on to the mechanical courses. These ones are pretty simple. So you've got the cranking, where you've got peppers. 1.3 speed, normal speed, and reset builds. And then over here, you've got the option to select whatever color sky you want. So if you want a purple sky, if you want a green sky, whatever you prefer to build in. Like if you like building in the BHE world, this is what I would suggest. If you like building in whatever other world, it just helps to recreate your normal environment when you free build. So you can change whatever color you want. And then one thing I do want to note here, because I've had a lot of people talk about this, is peppers. So as you can see, if I do the 1.3 speed, and I'll explain why this is useful. I have a speed boost, and then to just reset it, you just click the normal. But peppers don't actually reset because it's a physical like item. But the whole point of peppers obviously is because peppers are in the game, right? You want to be able to practice with what you can. So peppers are in the game. Great way to practice for like tarping with peppers if you land near peppers in game, or if you ever have the chance to pick them up. So yeah, a lot of people might not understand 1.3 speed and why that's necessarily needed if it's not in game. And the reason why this is because whenever you free build and you do anything in this game and you practice bigger things, like you practice making edits like this when you zigzag tarp, right? You're making big edits, you're making wide edits. The small ones get easier, right? When you're in game and you're in a high intense situation, you can make these small edits so much easier when you practice these big ones, right? Like that's the purpose of it. So when you're cranking at a faster speed, it makes it so cranking at a slower speed is easier, right? Moving on to edit course, you can enter it by going here, or you can enter it in the hub. But just shooting it will teleport you here. So the edit course, pretty simple, pretty basic. The reason why this is not as big as like a Raiders edit course or whatever other map is because you've already done so much mechanically and in your aim training that in a daily routine, it's not necessarily worth playing an hour of an edit course when you only need about this much to really get your mechanics to a peak state. Obviously pretty basic, I'm not going to run through these, but it's just an edit course. I think you guys all know what that is. You've got your 2 there, and then we're going to do the piece control. If you haven't seen what this is inspired from Raiders map, and I decided to put it in this world because it's all part of having things in one world. So up next, we've got the piece control. So this is pretty simple, right? It's just good practice to help you be more consistent in your boxing players. So you've got 5 courses to play. You can start off by doing whatever number you want, but once you finish it, you can't go back. That's just the way the world works. You're going to have to end the world after. There's so many that you're not really going to have to worry about that. So starting with number 1, pretty basic. You're going to hit that, box the opponent, and it's just good for right angle peaks while practicing your pieces, boxing the bot, going through it. I'm not going to show all of these, so I'll go ahead and skip to number 2. Now number 2, it's the same thing, but it's to the left. So as you can see, just boxing the bot to the left, getting that practice, editing through that wall, make sure that the player is fully boxed. We finished number 2, so it teleports you right back here, and you can't actually go back to these because they're finished. So like I said, if you want to finish these, or if you want to play these again, then you just have to reset the world, which is super simple. Number 3, this is double floor cone piece, and then you've got the stairs rotated in different ways, so you have to wall up different angles. So yeah, like I said about this obviously being quite a small piece control, if you do want to play a full-size piece control map, which like I said, I'll put in the description so you can practice more of the same thing. I'll put that in the description and you guys can play the original map, which like I said, we got inspiration from and we decided to put it in our world. But it's basically just trying to get everything in one world, and I don't think that it's necessarily needed to do more than 5 piece control routines. There are some routines on Raiders map that aren't necessarily so great, and that's why, like I said earlier in the video, this map is more about having everything in one world and also picking out what is necessarily best to do. Alright, so yeah, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about and cover in this one video. If you guys have any questions or you're not really sure on things that I explained, please be sure to drop a comment below and let me know. But other than that, this is, like I said, the best way to warm up and as a daily routine and to keep the habits going. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please be sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new. And I said this multiple times, but all of the codes for every map that I talked about, and especially the one that I was just playing, will be in the description below. So be sure to check that out. And yeah, that's it for me. I'll see you guys next video.